Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, we shall be looking at few problems on calculating the sum of a geometric progression. So here the question is how many terms of a GP they are needed to give the sum as 3069 divided by 512. So here the sum is given to us, right? Sn is given to us 3069 divided by 512. GP is given to us, so that means the first term is given to us, and the common ratio could be obtained by dividing the first two terms. So 3 by 2 divided by 3 is 1 by 2, and 1 by 2 is less than 1, so the value of r is less than 1 in this case. Here they are asking how many such terms are required. So that means they are asking what is the value of n in this particular case. So in order to evaluate the value of n here, we will use this formula when r is less than 1. So when r is less than 1, we have the value of Sn as a into 1 minus r raised to power n divided by 1 minus r. So what is the value? The value of Sn is given to us, the value of a is given to us, the value of r is known to us. So we can substitute all the values here and simplify to obtain the value of n. So that this becomes 1 by 2, and this 2 would go up and multiply with 3 to give you 6, correct? And all the other terms are as such here. Next, you see we can divide by 6 on the left hand side, so that this 6 and 3069 they cancel each other to have 2 in the denominator and 1023 in the numerator, so that the denominator now becomes equal to, when you multiply 5 and 2 with 2, 1024, correct? Now what we can do, we can rearrange them so that we have 1 by 2 raised to power n is equal to 1 minus 1023 divided by 1024. Now we can take their LCM and simplify the term, so we have 1 by 1024. Now you see 1024 is actually 2 raised to power 10, so that our whole of our term, 1 could also be written as 1 raised to power 10, whole of our term would now become equal to 1 by 2 raised to power 10. Now this step was crucial. Why we have converted it into such form? Because the left hand side is also available in this form, so that now if we compare, because the bases are equal, that means their powers are also equal to each other. So here the value of n is equal to 10, and this is what we wanted to calculate here. So that means for the first 10 terms we would have the sum as 3069 divided by 512, and this is what we wanted to calculate in this particular question. Now next, move on to the second question here. For the second question, we wanted to calculate the sum of first 3 terms. No, actually we wanted to calculate the common ratio and the terms itself, right? What is given to us? We are given that the sum of first 3 terms of GP is 13 by 12, and the product of first 3 terms of GP is minus 1. So now here we need to choose the terms very carefully. Usually what we do, we choose the terms from the standard form, which is a into r a into r square. So we choose the first 3 terms as these 3, right? However, if you choose them, your calculation would be tedious and you would be stuck solving for the values of a and r. So what we do instead is we choose the terms like this: a upon r, a and ar. Now notice that here the first term is this one, right? And if you see, we have all the 3 terms, they are in GP. Why? Because when you divide the second term by the first term, it would be a divided by a by r, so it would be r, right? Again, when you divide the third term, which is ar, by the second term, which is a, you would have r. So you see, you have r as the common ratio, so therefore the terms are in AP. Now why I am defining the terms like this? Because we wanted to have the product of these 3 terms. The product, if you take the product, it would be a by r into a into ar. So you see, this r and r would cancel each other and you would have the value just a cube, which would be much easier to solve rather than the multiplication of these terms, which would be a cube into r cube. So that is why instead of choosing these terms, we choose these terms, right? So we consider our GP to be A by R, AR, where A is the first term, no, A by R is the first term and R is the common ratio, correct? Okay. If that is so, in that case, the sum of first three terms would be A by R plus AR, adding all the three terms. In the question, it is given to be 13 upon 12. So let's mark this as equation number 1, and their product is given to be -1. So let's mark this as equation number 2. Correct? Now we need to solve equation 1 and equation 2 and calculate the value of A and R. So what are the values? So from this equation you see we have a cube is equal to -1. So when you take the cube root of -1, so the only real root of this would be -1, because when you take -1 cube it would be -1. The other two values of this cube root would be complex numbers which we are not taking. Right, so we obtain the value of A as -1. We can substitute it in our equation number 1 so that we are able to calculate the value of R as well. So substituting it here, we would have -1 upon R, -1 into R, that is given to be 13 upon 12. So we can solve for this equation. Right, it would be a quadratic equation in R, so you can simplify the term. So this would be your equation. Now from here, using the discriminant rule, you can calculate the value of R. The value of R would be b square minus b, it is minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a, where your equation is A in terms of R, AR square plus BR plus C is equal to 0, right? So we have this formula. So using the formula here, we would have minus B plus minus square root of B square minus 4 into A into C divided by 2 into A, right? So this is the formula. You can simplify it. You can multiply the terms here. You can subtract the terms here. You can take its square root. Right, then your terms would either be once you add 7 to it, once you subtract 7 from it. So the answer of the values of R1, it is either -4/3 or it is -3/4. So we will take both the values because our condition is true for both the values of R. So that means we have calculated the value of common ratio here. What else is required? The evaluation of terms is also required. So that means we have to calculate what is A by R, what is A and what is AR. So let's do that for each of the term. When the common ratio is -4, so your term would be, it is A upon R, right? This would be first term, then A into R. So when you solve this, you would have 3/4, -1 and 4/3. So when the common ratio is -4/3, these are the terms. When the common ratio is -3/4, our term would be A by R, A into R. So when you simplify this, you would have 4/3, -1 and 3/4 when the value of common ratio is -3/4. So I hope you understood these questions well. Well, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching.